guys, with this one right here, we done got Skeamer, Skore Beezy, Burner, and Snap Capone. Omertà, you got the Omertà. You got with Skeamer, Skore Beezy, Burner, Snap Capone, and just with the Omertà, you got the Omertà coming around, but you got the just Snap Capone and Burner, Skore Beezy, Skeamer, all the official, the official, spirituals, but you got with the Omertà, especially with this whole thing, because it's just off the details and everything else. The details was wow to see something like this, with the whole details and everything else. Because I was seeing a little bit of the whole ski fields, but you got with the Omertà, Skore Beezy, and the whole just manless.
Yo, what you want to know? What you want to know? Bro, I'll tell you what with those girls, bro.
There's 2 immigration officers sitting out there.
Man, I got kids here, man.
If you don't know nothing about me, you should know this. I ain't never gonna be no fucking snitch. Not for you, not for nobody.
Boom! Boom! I roll them killers. Gorillas and apes. I grew in the trenches. You call it estates. Oh murder. We don't speak to the jakes. I heard that I've calmed down. Don't make the mistake. Pull up on you with a skendo. In the AM. Hop out the ride on smoke. Like what's man saying? Half time with this 45. What you think man's playing? Got me feeling like Santa Claus. The way that I smoke.
Ooh, got me feeling like Santa Claus. Got me feeling like I'm Santa Claus. What are they saying? Ooh, what are they saying? Like, hey, the scenes is stretchy too. The scenes is that's really getting to me, because the scenes and everything else is like, it's just like, and sketchable, with everything else, especially with the whole scenical things and everything else. Like, you got the main scenes, the main, fortress, and everything else, like taking over, especially with the scenes, because a lot of these things would be overstretched. Like you see these be happening on a detail of a thing, but just with the whole scene and everything else, like they say, especially how the whole thing rotates and everything else, like Luke Cakes.
Like what's man saying? Half time with this 45. What you think man's playing? Got me feeling like Santa Claus. The way that I was slaying. Whoosh, whoosh. Stepped in the party, gassed up. Nobody ain't on nothing. Everybody better just back up. Got burns outside with the smoke on deck. That's the art of war. Anytime I step with Beezy, man settle the score. Got a 9 of the work on the table. Man pebble it down. By scheming, I need me a war. Burns outside.
2 hours later, woof. And then, now they got the whole other, now they got the whole other thing. Like, oof, this one really, it has a balance of the whole thing. Like, they grabbing the guys to see what's going on, especially, everything else, because a lot of these things, it's like it's documentary, and they're grabbing these people to see, what's going on, they're trying to get the details on what's happening, what's really happening, what did they do in the past and everything else. So, it just, this one right here, it just explains that whole thing. And then, everything else, especially with it just showing it, details.
I with the smoke on deck, that's the art of war. Anytime I step with Beezy, man settle the score. Got a 9 of the work on the table. Man pebble it down. By scheming, I need me a worker cool. I'm sending him down. Calm as a bitch, I know. Been spinning it round. You know when I see, I'm getting him down. I roll them killers. Gorillas and apes. I grew in the trenches. You call it estates. Oh murder. We don't speak to the jakes. I heard that I've calmed down. Don't make the mistake.
Don't make that mistake. What's all of that nonsense? Been getting it straight. Moving, I ain't dealing with Foxtons. TT, man, fling it in raps, it cats ain't dealing with conscience. Been flying up west, get drip, fling it, rev it down Brompton. Man, pull up with winners, we ain't no losers. Mask on, but it work like future. Man, get to the fling it, rev it down Brompton. Man, pull up with winners, we ain't no losers. Mask on, but it work like future. Man, get to the biz, no Lula. I'm looking for your orders, I come like Cougar. Fling it, rev it down Brompton. Man, pull up with winners, we ain't no losers. Mask on, but it work like future. Man, get to the biz, no Lula. I'm looking for your.
Hey, get to the booth, no Luta, hey man, pull up with the windows and everything else, like fools, especially how everything else is coming. Like I'm guessing, man's pull up with the windows tinted windows, blitzed windows down, and they do the whole little thing and everything else, especially how it's just especially how it's coming and stuff like that. You got Snap Capone in it, and him. He was in his whole tournament question thing, and then now you got the Beezy. You got Beezy on it, so it's like it's just like this one right here, and the whole thing how it's just like really scabulating. It's scabulating of a whole little thing, of a miss. What they're just trying to get and catch.
Your old as I come like cougar. Blacked out with a nightmare Luger. Put that kid in a pot like tuna. I ain't never gonna speak to the feds or murder, you get me? Slap bruiser. But bricks and they ain't got bars. But sticks and they ain't got stars. But whips and they ain't got cars. Talk rich but they ain't got heart. Don't slip if you take that charge. Man snitching, they ain't my dog. Man bitch cause they ain't like ours. Get switched if you play that card. I roll them killers. Gorillas and apes. I grew in the trenches. You call it estates. Omertà. We don't speak to the jakes. I heard that I've calmed down. Don't make the mistake.
Eliminate risk. Eliminate everything. King in the drill. Now I want everything. Look, I'm
Limit of drill and limit to everything. Limit of everything. Limit of this. Limit of that. The whole thing. And he said the limit of drill. Even them having them even building. The drill and the whole culture. Like they didn't build the main things and everything else, like especially how it is rotating, like everything is just rotating and everything is just coming, penetrating in. Then you got the next guy coming in. It's like they really transforming the whole thing, and especially how everything else is like recated to. A lot of these guys, these guys is coming in for that. That's skelly influential.
my wrist, bitch, nigga, that's anything. Elizabeth been my wife and married just without no wedding ring. Silent, fuck on no comment, wife it gang screaming out Omertà. Don't put no attempting next to my name, my nigga, I'm burner. That nigga E got fried, man, would've thought man was fried, Frankfurter. Top striker with a team with a German ting like a Timo Werner. Got fried, man, would've thought man was fried, Frankfurter. No attempting next to my name, my nigga, I'm burner. That nigga E got fried, man, would've thought man was fried, Frankfurter. Top striker with a team with a German ting like a Timo Werner.
Bitches like SU paid, pull up with SUK. I spit the tech on spray, just wrapped the brick with tape. Had to let it go on the mains. My side bitches on mains, masks and gloves in case. Girl looking like Cakey Cage. You just drill on beats, snap I drill on the streets. Then Mac go rat tat 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 tat.
Ooh, and then the whole thing, like they say, you just drill on beats, and then the thing goes right that tat tat tat. Like, hey, they most things, with the whole thing, and then now he, doing his whole thing. This whole thing is, real, man. It's really interesting to see what's really, going on in the whole thing, because it's all type of aberration, vegetation. This whole thing is just got a whole little animus to it. Little makes you wonder, like, what is actually corroborating what's going on, like what's actually the whole triple bit.
Put the tech on repeat. New Glock with a laser beam. Rap niggas don't play with me. Killers round me and stay with me. No lacking, keep the flame on me. Headshot, that's his brains on me. You wanna take a trip to A&E? Merc Jeep is a GLE. 12 bills for this DNG. T-house with a Pyrex. Bird on me like a pirate. Hit that bitch on the first date. Said snap, I beg you keep it private. You don't want war with me. Bitches want all of me. Put 22 in this new Glock. I'ma give you all of these. Let's see the copy me. Need land and properties. Real life monopoly. Snap up, cock and squeeze. It's
Hey, this one right here was something else, though. Especially how it was retaining. Like my boy was really trying to, get a lift off somewhere else, and the whole thing. Like, this one right here, it really speaks for itself, and the whole thing, like, you know, how everything else is coming in and everything else, like, whooshy. Like, the main thing and everything else, especially with the Omertà, because, you know, this one, it speaks for itself, you know, like, they was trying to gather some type of paperwork, like they say, you know, as they ever snatch you up, you know, they just trying to gather some paperwork. They trying to see what really happened, or it could be something else, or it could be, you know, they didn't found something on you. It could be something, you know. But the whole thing, you know, with this whole thing from the start, from the beginning, this was something relevant, and everything else coming into, especially with everything, cause you know it gets real sketchy and stuff like that, real sketchy. But you got with the old Murta, everything else. But most definitely, make sure you guys definitely check this one out and everything else. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and everything else. And you know, just with this whole thing going on right here.